Hello guys, welcome back. Today we are going to make the third person camera script. It's usually difficult for people who are new to Unity to make it, but I'll try to keep it as simple as possible. So let's get started. First we are going to make an empty game object and call it camera holder, and then I'm going to make it as a child for the player, and I will reset it. Then I'll drag it back, and I'll make the main camera as a child for it. Okay, then the first trick in making a camera is actually not making the script for the camera, but make it for a parent object, and this parent object will rotate, as you can see, to make the camera move around. So next I'm going to make the script, call it third person camera, and I'll open it in Visual Studio. So first I'm going to make a public variable, public game object, and call it player, and this is the reference for the player. Next, public float speed, and it will be default to 12, and this is the speed that the camera will follow the player with. Next, a float, and call it mouse X. This is going to handle the value for the mouse when it's moving to the right or to the left, and this is what we mean by X. Next, public float, and this mouse sensitivity, and it will be equal to 2. Next I'm going to make a new void, follow player, and this void is going to make the camera holder follow the player, and it will be new vector3, call it player position equal to vector3 dot lerp from transform dot position to player dot transform dot position, and it will be in time dot delta time multiplied by speed. Next, transform to position will equal player position, and we'll call it in the update function. Next we are going to make a new void, and call it rotate camera. So in this video we're going just to make it rotate around the y-axis by mouse X. We are not going to make it so complicated by adding the rotating around the y, but maybe I'll do it in a future video. So next, mouse X plus equal input dot get axis, and this is mouse X, and you should write it in this way. Mouse X is when you move the mouse to the right or to the left, and mouse Y is when you move it up or down, and we will multiply it by mouse sensitivity. Next, mouse X equal mathf dot repeat from mouse X to 360. And what does repeat do? I'll show in a picture. It has two jobs. The minimum value will never be more than the maximum, So if the minimum value is more than the maximum here, it will take the minimum value and subtract the maximum value from it, so it will be here 15. The second job, it doesn't take a minus value, so if the minimum value is minus, it will just start from the maximum value and add the minimum value to it, or the minus value. So it will always stay from 0 to 360, and Unity doesn't take any rotation above this number or below this number. So next, a new vector called vector3 direction new vector3, and this is the direction that we want to rotate the camera to it. So direction dot y will equal mouse x. So maybe you will ask me, why did I use direction dot y to mouse x? Well, that's because if we here take the player and rotate it around the x, you can see in which direction it's actually rotating. But if we rotate around the y, the best match to it is by moving the mouse right or left, as you can see. So next we're going to apply the rotation. So quaternion root equal quaternion dot lerp from transform dot rotation to quaternion dot Euler to direction. And quaternion dot Euler's job is to make a vector3 transform to a quaternion or to a rotation. So next, the time is time dot delta time multiplied by something like 4. And next, transform dot rotation will just equal root, and then we have to call the function rotate camera, and let's save this, go to Unity, and of course we have to assign the public variable here, and we will drag the player. So now if we press play, as you can see, the camera is rotating around the player, but we need the player to know the rotation that the camera is moving on. So now if I press the up arrow keys, you can see her move in that direction, but if I rotate in this way and I press the up arrow keys again, she will just go in that direction. So in order to fix this, we will make an if condition. So if mathf dot absolute for input dot get axis horizontal is bigger than 0.1 f, or I'll just copy it, and it will be vertical. So as you can remember, this is the if condition that we made in the character movement, so that we can detect if the player is actually moving here. So if the player is actually moving, we make the player dot transform dot rotation equal root, so that it knows about the rotation that we made in the camera. So now if I press play, can see that the player knows when I rotate the camera. So that's it guys for this video. In the next video we're going to make the health script for the player if it gets an attack or something. So thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.